Hi, everyone. Hello. All right. So I think we have a lot of attendees right now joining in. Hello, hello, hello. Thank you so much for everyone who could join us for today. Thank you for taking the time to be here. So we're about to jump in, so we don't have time to waste. So wherever you are, we'd like to give you a warm welcome, and we hope you are having a nice weather. So before we dive in, let me just introduce myself. My name is Kyla, and I'm the content specialist for InUni Global, and I'll be introducing our amazing speakers for today. So we have a fantastic lineup of speakers joining with us today. Actually, let's go to the slide where you can see our speakers, so you can see their beautiful faces and handsome. So we've got, the very first one, we have Neha Shetty. So she's the regional director of GS North America and overseeing India across InUni partner institutions. She is responsible for driving the market performance for all our US and Canada partner institutions from India, leading recruitment strategy, agent engagement, and enrollment growth. We're very excited to have her share her insights with us today. So I'm very happy to welcome you today. Lovely to have you here, Neha. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you so much, Kyla, for having me here because I'm thrilled to really see what exciting session this is going to look like because these tools are going to make every day faster and a lot more effective. So I'm very excited for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Neha. Next up, we have James Vigus. He's the Senior Director of International Student Recruitment, U.S. Partners at InUni. James Vigus is a seasoned leader in international student recruitment and higher education partnerships, with over a decade of experience driving global enrollment growth. As Senior Director of International Recruitment at InUni Global, he has also led strategic initiatives across the US. He has also built a robust global agent network. Amazing to have you here, James. How are you doing today?
Thank you, Kayla. Yes, really happy to be here. Really excited to be here with all our partners, showcasing our new tools to really support them in these times. Thank you so much.
Fantastic. And finally, we do have Monica Sanchez. I'm sure you've already seen her also before. She's the Director of International Student Recruitment for InUni USA Partner Institutions. With over 12 years of experience in the international educational sector, she brings a wealth of knowledge in leading educational projects. Her expertise lies in navigating and development of education brands and identifying strategic marketing opportunities across the globe. Always a pleasure to have you here and see you, Monica. How are you doing today?
Hi, Kyla. Hi, James. Hi, Neha. And of course, our lovely partners, new and old friends. I'm very excited to showcase what we have been preparing all this months and also taking consideration all the suggestions about how we can recruit better, smarter, and faster. So I'm very excited to showcase our two new projects and tools based on AI here in Uni.
Thank you so much, Monica. Now, once again, thank you all so much for joining us today. Before we begin, just a little bit of housekeeping for everyone. Please know that this session is being recorded, and a link to the recording will be shared with you after the session. Also, we do encourage you to ask questions throughout the webinar, even at the start, even right now, if you do have any questions on your mind. Using the Q&A box below, you can just chat your questions, and our speakers will address as many as possible during the session, and we'll follow up via email if we have questions that we are not be able to get to. So all right, now get ready because today's webinar is going to be such a good one. We live in a world where technology is evolving at lightning speed, and with every advancement, we're always asking ourselves, how can we make it smarter, not harder? And well, you're about to find out. We're about to unveil an exciting new innovation that's not just smart, it's a real game changer. So intriguing, so efficient, and built to make your work a lot more easier. So sit back, relax, stay curious, and let's get started. So without further ado, let's turn it over to James, who's going to introduce this groundbreaking innovation.
Thank you so much, 𝗜ļ. Again, all thank you so much for joining us today. So the first new tool that we are going to be discussing is actually our InUni Smart Navigator. And what I'll do is I'll run through some information with you about this tool, how we'll use it, and then my fantastic colleagues Neha and Monica are going to do a bit of a demo for you so you can see it in action. So just to give you a bit of an insight into our Smart Navigator. So our Smart Navigator is an AI-powered solution really created to guide international students. Obviously, we all know at the moment how complex it can be choosing a US university, whether it's finding the right fit, finding the right program. There's a number of things that students are looking for when they're trying to make the right choice. And the idea of the Smart Navigator is really to help students be able to dive deep into every institution within the InUni portfolio. And one of the great things about InUni, especially on our US side, is we are continuously increasing our US partners. So this tool is going to be even more relevant for you and your teams, and also your students, to make sure that you are finding the right institution that fits what they're looking for. And to give you an idea, this isn't just a chat box. This is really a intelligent assistant that's really going to respond to students in a personalized way, give them information they're looking for. We've building out this this tool to make sure that students can be confident in the decisions they're making, and really make sure that their questions are answered, and if there's concerns, they're able to have them managed throughout that process. The tool is actually built using real-time AI, and is created to really make sure that students have a meaningful and engaging experience throughout their time looking for their institution. So we all know that the situation is changing rapidly, and I think one of the things that we've seen is expectations from students have really changed quite significantly over the last few years. And really, global education is a landscape that is really being transformed by the tools like AI. And we wanted to make sure that we're not just one of the ones at the back. We want to make sure that we're actually leading the trends and making sure that we are the movers and shakers, and really giving students the best options. We see a lot of situations where students really want information on a 24/7 basis, and obviously us as your committed partners, and also all of our partners in the field, work day and night to try and make sure that we can give students that level of access. But sometimes it's not realistic. So what we wanted to do is make sure that we created a way for students to still have that level of engagement, where it is almost like speaking one-to-one with someone, whilst also having that ability to go in maybe the night before their visa appointment and do some brainstorming, understand the institution better. And it's really not about genetic email responses or genetic or long waits over a weekend to get those feedback. They're actually getting that in real time. So it's really helped us meeting the students where they need us to be. In addition, the Smart Navigator is really helping us with leadership and helping our institutions as well make sure that they can educate students on the important things about their institutions. So again, one of the things that we've been looking at is how things are changing, and really our response was creating the InUni Smart Navigator. We've created InUni Smart as our AI suite for the future of international education. With the Smart Navigator, InUni is now ready really to offer the kind of experience that students are looking for. It's flexible, it's personalized, it's also adapting continuously. So we continue to provide information. So when new programs become available, we continue to update the tool to make sure that we are really providing students at the moment information throughout their time studying or looking to study with one of our universities. And the real reason why we've created this is to make a one-link answer for every student or for every one of our partners. The InUni Navigator really simplifies the process for our students, for our partners. There will always be expectations for students to meet people in person, but we really want to be able to give students that single place and that single source of information where they can feel confident, they can get personalized responses instantly, whether it's trying to find out information on visa requirements or academic programs. often I get a lot of questions, whether it's about safety. This is really a place for students to go to find out that information, to get real-time guidance. And one of the great things about this is it's also been built in with a multilingual function. So whether it's a case of students, perhaps their parents maybe aren't native English speakers, and they want to be able to make sure that they can take this information to their parents, they can also download it and share it with them. So it's self-guided. It's a really modern digital experience built for today's student expectations. Fantastic. And with that, I would like to pass over to Monica and Neha for our first demo.
Perfect. Thank you, James. And thank you for giving the general intro. Neha and I are going to be doing a more detailed explanation before we jump into the actual demonstration of this InUni Smart Navigator beta, which was going to be basically your new to-go tool to keep everything related to InUni partner universities and colleges in one single link. As James was mentioning, this tool is equipped not only with multi-languages, but more than 50 to be very in detail. And it's a self-guided digital experience for students and recruitment teams. Whether you're advising students or managing maybe big teams inside your own agency, InUni Smart is going to help you to work faster, easier, and in a more interactive way instead of just interacting with paper or brochure or digital brochures at some point. So you can count with InUni Ready and Smart as well for 24/7, which is our two new tools. So since you're going to be interacting with this InUni Smart tool, there's going to be two dynamic ways of doing so. First is going to be a chat, but also it's going to be a verbal interaction. In order to introduce you to the two ways of doing so, I'm going to invite Neha to introduce us to the InUni Smart Navigator part chat, and then we're going to be discussing the verbal conversation part.
Absolutely. So with InUni Smart, your entire team can stay effortlessly up to date on the latest tuition fees and scholarship information, be it the admission processes, be it the program offerings, or even the updates from all our partner universities, right? So, and the best part, you don't have to wait on anyone. No more chasing
Yes.
emails or digging through folders. The information is right there where you need it.
Exactly. And if you think about a digital support system, that's InUni Smart. And the students can apply, enroll, and all at their fingertips just by clicking the link, understanding the information, diving into it, and share it with your students or parents. Also, let's check on the another feature that we have, which is the one-chat interaction. So basically, this is where it gets very exciting. I think like we have been used to ChatGPT, so we understand that we pull a question, we're going to get an answer. So basically, it's kind of what InUni Smart works. So for example, if you're having a question such as, what is the tuition fees for international students of, I would say, Avila University, Herzing University, Webster University, or you can formulate your own question, but at the same time, there's going to be suggested questions. So you don't have to even think about them. You can just click on them and they're going to be appearing on the chat. So this is the way that we can actually interact with the chat. So interacting by question, putting your question, formulating it, or just clicking on the questions that are suggested there.
Exactly. And just like that, I think you'll get detailed written answers. It can be examples that Monica just mentioned, or it can also be the direct links to official brochures. It can be pages on university websites. So imagine, like, it's so fast, easy, it's super clear. So no more digging through, like I said, emails or PDF, because it's condensed, it's consistent, and it's always up to date.
Exactly. So that's feature one. Let's not forget about that. Chat interaction. Now I'm going to introduce you very quickly into what the audio interaction looks like. So the audio interaction, I would say, out of the two, I would say is my favorite one. It's honestly impressive how we can use technology in our favor to become the best counselors possible. And just to look at it, it will be a flowing conversation, right, Neha?
Exactly. I mean, it's one of my favorite parts too. because just like the chat feature, you can ask questions out loud, and InUni Smart responds in a very natural and flowing conversation. So it's like you're a part of three-person discussion, you, the AI, and voice of the university or the admission support. So it's super helpful way to clear your doubts in real time. You don't have to wait. You can just go ahead and ask the AI tool any questions that you want at any point of the entire conversation. So it's super exciting.
Exactly. So before we jump into the demo, remember that this tool is dedicated to our active partners. So if you're not yet a partner, let us know. We're going to be happy to onboard you into Gauss Gateway account and also to activate contracts with InUni USA partner institutions so you can enjoy this InUni Smart Beta Navigator. You're going to love it. It's a very easy way. It's very smooth and very fastest way to respond. So if we can play the demo now, I know that we have been entertaining a little bit and explaining all details. We're waiting to see the demo now. So here, as you can see, you can choose on the question that are down, or you can formulate your own question, as I just mentioned. I know now that you're seeing the video makes so much more sense. And it's just a matter of doing where in that chat box that says start typing, or just choosing among all of them. Actually, you can see 3 questions down there, but there's a little arrow. So if you click there, you're going to see much more other suggestions. Now let's see the verbal one.
Welcome back to the deep dive. If you've been maybe dreaming of studying abroad, particularly in the US, then yeah, this deep dive into 𝗜ļ University is really for you. It's meant to be your comprehensive guide.
Mm-hmm. And our mission today really is to unpack all those essential details from the source material you sent over. We're going to cover, everything from what makes 𝗜ļ unique, how to navigate.
Apologies, I think we're maybe having some technical difficulties at the moment. Just give us a minute to reconnect.
Regarding international student admissions at 𝗜ļ University.
As you can see here, you can do your question to the tool, and they respond.
Thrilled you chimed in.
We love it when our listeners join the conversation.
And we can absolutely help you with questions about international student admissions.
Oh, yeah,
What are the GPA and English skill requirements for international students?
Absolutely, that's a fantastic question.
We've got all that information right here for you.
For undergraduate international students, 𝗜ļ requires official high school transcripts.
And a minimum GPA of 2.5 on a 4.0 scale.
Which, yeah, is roughly a B average, as you pointed out.
You'll also need a copy of your passport and verification of financial support.
Now, for English proficiency, if your first language isn't English, you'll need to submit test scores.
For undergraduates, that's an IELTS score of 5.0, a TOEFL of 61.
Or a Duolingo score of 95, or a PTE of 46.
And if you're looking at graduate programs, the GPA requirements are a bit different.
At the minimum GPA of 2.7 for MBA programs.
And a 3.0 for psychology-related programs.
So as you can see, this is super interactive. You saw the chat demonstration and also now like how you can interact as in conversation, not only by yourself, but also with 2 other very knowledgeable counselors that are out there for you to help you. So before we jump into the next tool, which is InUni Ready, we understand the challenges of preparing students into visa. So now I know James is going to introduce us to the second tool that we have been developing here in InUni that is going to complement actually after you have secured that student to apply, and it's the next step in the admissions process.
Fantastic. Thank you, Monica. And yeah, what a fantastic tool. I think definitely students are going to have support end to end when they're making the decision, and also once they've chosen their institution. So the InUni Ready tool is really designed as a support system for students, boosting their confidence and making sure that they are prepared for their visa interview. So as I mentioned, one of the next steps after choosing that is taking our pre-arrival phase. So this guides students on whether they're ready for their visa, understand about housing options, they understand arrival prep. It even simulates a real F1 visa interview using AI tools, and helps students practice and really kind of reduce that stress and that anxiety. We know that a lot of students maybe are struggling to get their appointments, or if they have one, it can be quite a difficult process to go through. So this is really a one place to make sure they have that support, they have that readiness, and really help students feel connected before they go for that interview, or even before they arrive to the US. It can be something that they continuously use to make sure they're ready, whether it's for the visa interview or also for traveling as well. Now, why does this matter? Well, because obviously students are going to be investing quite significantly into a number of reasons, and what we'll do is we'll hand over to Neha and Monica again so that they can give you a bit of an insight into how it looks and show you how this tool is really going to support students and give them that information.
Thank you, James. Hello once again. I do know a few of you all have already had a chance to experience this tool along with the students, and thank you so much for encouraging students to apply through this. But for those who haven't been able to explore this, we're going to show you a demo. But I think this is very important because, as you know, the visa interview is one of the most critical moments for US bound students, right? And many students don't struggle because they lack intent, but because they aren't fully prepared or confident in articulating their story. So that's exactly why we've launched InUni Ready, an AI-powered self-guided tool which is designed to help students practice for their visa interviews. And what is important to know is in their own time, at their own space, and which also would give an instant feedback.
Exactly, Neha. And actually, what I really like is that this completes and complements our lovely agents to move beyond just manual mock interviews, right? But also helps them to keep practicing outside the agency or outside those sessions that we're having in person. This tool makes practice accessible. Of course, it's scalable because you can have even up to 3 trials, and it's much more realistic sometimes as well. Students no longer had to wait until that moment in which the agent can have that time. They complement on that and do it, imagine, 3 times plus the ones that they are offering in their own offices, and can log at any time in order to start preparing, meaning that even though you are not in the office anymore, or maybe you are not in office hours, the student is able to access to this tool. So it's perfect just to complete and complement you.
Exactly. Now, the exciting part, let's look at the demonstration because it'll give you a clear idea of how the tool actually works. And then I'll be jumping in very quickly to explain what we've seen.
Good evening. My name is Pavan Turaga, and I'm here today for my F1 visa interview to pursue a Master of Science in Marketing with an emphasis in analytics at Webster University in San Antonio, Texas.
Thank you.
So,
Move on.
yeah, so just to explain this a bit, so as you saw, the student first accepts a disclaimer and the first question appears on the screen. So they have to click on the microphone icon, record their answer, and then submit it. Otherwise, the tool won't be able to capture it. So immediately after they have submitted the entire answer, you will see the score panel on the right-hand side of the score categories, which start to update. So this is one of the most amazing feature because it's real time, as in when the student has to give an answer, like you saw in the first question, as Pawan answered, he received an 8 out of 10 in the English proficiency, which is marked in green. So green means that it's a very strong response, but we also have yellow and red, which are areas to improve. Right. So the right hand side of this entire score category that you can see is which evaluates the students on study plan clarity, university choice, rationale, motivation for studying in the US, financial stability, ties to home country, post graduation plans, and English proficiency. So I think it's one of these are the points I think which are so essential and the attention is needed at this moment, right? So I'm very happy. If you all have any questions, please put it in the chat box. But I would want you all to now also look at the second question so you get better sense of how the process is flowing.
Webster University is a good choice. Could you please tell me what specifically attracted you to Webster University and this particular Master of Science in Marketing with an emphasis in analytics program?
After conducting extensive research, I found that Webster MS in Marketing with an emphasis in analytics program is a perfect fit for my goals. I was particularly attracted to its STEM designation, which signifies a rigorous and technically focused curriculum. Additionally, the program's focus on integrating strategic marketing with data modeling and analysis appealed to me. I also appreciate the smaller class sizes as they encourage critical discussions and provide personalized attention.
That's a
So now if you see, you all saw that the tool then asked a follow-up question, which is so important, which is generated on his previous response. So like a real visa officer would do, is the same kind of impact that is created with this AI tool. So with every new answer, different score categories are getting updated in real time, which is so exciting to see.
clear
Right? So
explanation.
So I think, I personally think that this breakdown is super useful. So instead of guessing if a student is ready, you have a structured report to work with. And each session would last about 4 to 6 minutes. So we won't take you through the entire demonstration. But once the 4 to 6 minutes are done, I think we can fast forward the audio to the most exciting part, which is the climax of the session and truly cherry on the top. It's the feedback. So, once the video of the feedback plays in,
Your reasons
I'll walk you through what it means and how to interpret
for
it.
choosing Webster and the program. Can you tell me more about your academic
Cover the entire 2-year duration of my program, totaling approximately $61,000, which
We
is
could fast forward this as well.
understanding of your chosen program at Webster University and how it aligns with your future aspirations in India? Your financial planning also appears to be well structured. Strengthen your F1 visa application with a professional online presence and ensure your social media accounts are public, clear, and reflect your academic goals. U.S. embassies may review your online presence as part of the visa process, and a well-curated digital profile can reinforce credibility as a genuine student.
Amazing. So you saw what the feedback includes. So after completing the session, the student receives a detailed summary with scores broken down by category, which is ranging from English proficiency to clarity in the university choice that the student has, and all the way to post-graduation plans, right? So there's a detailed feedback that comes through.
Yes. And actually now what I really like is that every session is about 4 to 6 minutes long. And after answering the series of questions as we saw, the student received the summary with the whitest scoring as we saw. And that's the perfect report in order to make our students more confident about which areas they need to keep pushing and keep practicing. So that's why we really like this tool, because it's accessible. It's no pressure space as well, because they can be wherever they want to do it. Offers as well tone, pace, and structure for them, and gives objectives in order to work hard into a target, which would be conquering that visa and get those visas accepted to go to their desired university from InUni partners in the USA.
Exactly. So let's see, let me explain how this would help the students and how they need to use it, right? So for the ones who have actually sent us the required documents, I think you must have also experienced this tool. But for those who do not have this, I think you need to understand that not everybody would receive it until we know that the students have received their I-20 from one of our 7 US institutions. So with InUni, with any of the institutions, if they have their I-20, you can go ahead and then submit their service fee receipt to the designated email ID based on the university that the student is applied to and got their I-20. So we have submit Webster, at the rate inuniglobal.com, or we have the team submit CUC at the rate inuniglobal.com. So very important to know that we're going to validate validate the entire information, which is if they have received the I-20 and if the service fee receipt is already sent to this designated email. And once the validation is done, the students will receive a unique code, which will grant 3 full sessions, which are completely free, and it's 3. So that's exciting as well.
Yes, let's always remember that since it's 3 full sessions, each time that the students begin the session, if they pass it, that is 1 attempt, right? So we have 3. So it's better to come super prepared and take it seriously so students can get up to the end of the session and take advantage of practicing all the questions in all the areas.
Exactly. So now we need your support, right? Because without you guys, this is absolutely not possible. So your role in this process is absolutely key. So as our valued partners, you not only connect students to the right universities, but you also play a crucial role in shaping their confidence and the readiness, right? So with InUni Ready, we're giving you another powerful tool to support that journey. And here's what we need your support with. So we want your support in guiding the students on how to use this tool effectively, and then also encourage them to complete all the 3 sessions, because each time they're taking one of the sessions, there are different follow-up questions that would come in. So please encourage them to finish all the 3 sessions, and most importantly, review the feedback with them, because this will help them understand where they did well and what's there in terms of improvement, right? What's the room to improve? So together we can ensure our students walk into their visa interviews feeling not just prepared, but genuinely confident, right?
Exactly. And one thing that it's important to clarify about these tools in InUni Smart and in InUni Ready is that are designed to enhance your own counseling efforts, and it's not a replacement, or it's just a complement. And when you use it, you're going to be saving time. Hopefully, if the process is done correctly and the student is seriously and keep practicing, we're going to reduce visa denials. And of course, we're here with these tools to help you to support your students with much greater precision, which is what we're trying to do in the combination of your own counseling efforts, technology, in uni, also knowledge about the market and trends, and of course, your own input about what is going on and trends on the market.
Exactly. So just to wrap this up, I think InUni Ready isn't just a tech tool. Like Monica mentioned, it is not a replacement, it is a support, and it's a step forward in how we are going to empower students. I think it gives them structure, it gives them voice, it gives them the confidence. And all of these things are so important before they have to get into the actual interview.
Yes, definitely, Neha. And also for our partners, our advice will be, let's use it wisely, and let's make sure our students go into their visa interviews prepared, not just with answers to the tools or answers to your counseling mock sessions, but with conviction, clarity, and understanding about the institution they're applying to. So that's why these 2 tools also complement each other. They support you and they give you everything that you will be needing in order to have those students successfully go to the USA.
Excellent. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Neha. And yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think one of the things that we want to use these 2 tools for is to create genuine experiences for students to understand and engage with the universities in a way that is available, engaging, 24/7. But as Monica said, it doesn't take away from the support our partners are already doing. This is really meant to complement them. And InUni is really striving to help our partners, everyone on this session today, to really kind of provide that support for students. We understand that the dynamic is changing quite regularly, and we want to make sure students have that ability to go between not just the InUni Smart, but also the InUni Ready tool. So once the students completed the InUni Ready session, they will see what areas they need to reflect upon. They can go back to our Navigator tool and perhaps reread or re-understand or ask some additional questions so that they can understand the areas that they're lacking in, to go again into that following session even more prepared. So that way, when they go in, they're speaking with conviction and confidence. The InUni Ready tool is really there to help students, make sure that they have everything they need to prepare themselves for their interviews. It's helping students obviously make their decisions faster. It's also helping to make counselling become smarter, because what we want to do is make sure that you, as our recruitment partners, are investing in students, and you're giving time to students that are really going to make it as well. If we know how it is, sometimes students are perhaps not as motivated. We want to make sure that you can also utilize these tools to make sure that the students that you're engaging with are committed. If we see that they're not engaging with the tools, we would be able to provide you that feedback. Obviously, they will receive that feedback as well. So it's there to help support you. This is obviously an InUni exclusive tool, so this way it's going to help you be even more competitive in the market. Fantastic. So from our side, what we've seen is that this tool has already, as Neha has mentioned, our InUni Ready tool has already been in the market. I know some of our partners here today are already actively using it, engaging it. I hope everyone here after this call is going to reach out to the team and say, when can I start using this tool? Because we really want this to be something that's going to be part of your recruitment system. And we're seeing that early adopters are already seeing strong results. We're also understanding that engagement rates from students are growing quite quickly. So if you haven't tried it already, please make sure that if you have any students at an I-20 stage and have paid their service fee, you're reaching out to the various teams, so that way we can get you set up using this. And again, for yourselves and your teams, this is like having myself, Neha, Monica on a call 24/7, so you can reach out to us. We can provide that guidance anytime day. And again, this tool isn't made to replace any teams. It's really made to amplify them and give them additional tools and additional arsenals to make sure that they can prepare students even better. And again, I think Monica mentioned this earlier, but this is really us preparing you to be able to scale up your operations. We want to make sure that every one of our partners can go out to the market, they can be successful. And we want you to see, as we increase our overall portfolio, it's not going to get more difficult for you to understand the differences between all of our institutions. These tools are there to make sure that you can scale up very quickly and understand the types of institutions that we offer, the types of requirements that we offer, whether students is looking for a large public university or one of our smaller creative art universities. These tools will really make sure that students can navigate through the whole portfolio at InUni and find the best decision and option for them, and really helps you adapt your brand and your voice when you're reaching out to students, so that way you can have the best understanding as well. And the great thing is these tools are both going to continue growing during the time that we work with them. So as we can see any change in landscapes or anything within the market, or add new courses or add new universities, we will be continuously updating this information. As Monica and Neha mentioned, marketing materials may only be created once a year. This tool is continuously learning, it's continuously being fed information via the university's websites, via the tools that we use to upload the information. So this will always be up to date and the most relevant information for any institution that is on the InUni portal. And then finally, what we want to do is invite all of our partners here to really be part of this experience and to start using these tools as soon as possible. We are looking to change the landscape of higher ed with these tools and make sure that we have the ability to offer students a really excellent and top-notch a top-notch experience while they're looking for their institutions and looking for support on the visa process. So please reach out to us, join us in creating really a smarter way to work with students. And this is obviously open to all InUni partners worldwide. If you have a contract with us, you can start to look into these. Some of the beta tools are now available, and we're ready for your interactions, your feedback. We want to understand from you if there's any areas that you feel would be useful for students when you're utilizing these tools. So we want to continuously have those feedbacks from you. And with that, what I will do is I will go to the Q&A as well and see what questions we do have from our wonderful teams out there. Monica, have you seen any questions in the chat?
Right now I don't see any yet. I think like we have been very detailed explaining, but I don't know if there is any other questions that your partners want for us to address. We would love to get those. If not, I think we can wrap up this session. Oh, actually, I'm seeing some comments. Actually, it's not questions, but comments. They said this is a very awesome tool. Thank you very much. And also, James, one of the questions is, this tool are for students and are directly accessible to students? That's the question that we just got.
Yes, so both of the tools will be available for our students. So the InUni Ready is really designed specifically for students because obviously that's there to provide them information on how they should prepare and assess their readiness for their visa interview. The InUni Smart, I would say, is available to anyone to use. Obviously, it's a great tool for any students, but perhaps you're a counsellor, you're not entirely sure on one of the new products, perhaps that you've just seen. Actually, InUni now has Penn State on board. You're not too sure what programs or what the requirements are for this particular institution. You can go on to the InUni Smart, ask it some questions, understand a little bit more about that institution. Perhaps that will give you insights into how to advise a student better.
Exactly. Also, James, there's another question, which is how many students will be available for practice? How many test students will be available for practice is the question, to be exact.
So as it stands, we're taking obviously requests for any student as of the I-20 stage and has provided proof of payment for their service fee. Once we start to see obviously the popularity grow of this, perhaps we may limit it. I think for the time being, we want to make sure that we're providing this service to as many of our partners and as many students at that final stage. So obviously that's the InUni Ready tool, and the InUni Smart tool is available for all of our partners immediately. So feel free to just reach out to us. And we'll be happy to provide you with those links.
Yes, and just to answer that, I think right now we're starting with 3 tests per student, right? Like they can practice 3 times. And like Monica had mentioned that once they have started with the test, you need to complete it. Otherwise, it'll be considered as one completed, right? So that's how many times we are going to be giving practice tests for the InUni Ready tool.
That's it. We also have I think kind of a request. So I will pass it later for marketing, which is about integrations with other platforms with our agents. So I will leave that question to be responded by email to our agent here. The other question I want to raise for us team is, can we share this tool to any prospects, how it works, just to taste the water, how it feels overall? So I think definitely we can check on that, right, James?
Yeah, the InUni Smart tool will be available for use. Obviously, the InUni Ready tool, as we said, it has to be for students as of a certain point. So that's issued with an I-20, provided their proof of payment for their service fee, and after that, they would have 3 attempts to use this particular tool. So if you have students at that stage, fantastic. If not, we can do a free demo for you so you can understand it, but we'll be sharing this presentation, which has the full video in it. So you'll be able to go and show your students, or you can view it with your teams. But for obviously us at the moment, it would be the InUni Smart if you're at the early stages that you'll be able to use.
Definitely. And there's another question that says how to access our tools. So if we want to take over.
Yeah, please, Monica, I don't know if you want to go through how to access it.
Yeah, so basically for, as we mentioned, for InUni Ready, it's important to send an email and a copy of I-20. That's very important, and service payment. With that is like the perfect combination in order to give you grant access with a link that will be per student. So each student is going to have one link. And that link gives the student 3-time trial for practice session, basically. So it's by email, contacting directly with our submit team, which the emails are going to be posted on the chat very soon. If not, you can contact your local BD or regional BD in order to get the correct email address so you can send an email. And easy as that, you're going to be having access to, well, your student's going to be access to InUni Ready through you. So we have a question here, and it says like, if InUni Smart Navigator is an app that you can install on your computer or a smartphone, or it's going to be like a downloaded version of it. So I don't know if you want to take over. It's actually live, right, James, Neha?
Yes. So it's going to be live. You're going to get more information about the same very shortly over your email in order to see how you could access this tool. For now, it's going to be live. You're going to have it embedded into the GUS portal itself. While you're applying to the university, you have this entire tool readily accessible. But this was just like the demo at this moment to get you guys more excited on what's coming and how it's going to support you the best in real time. And once we have more information, you'll have an email with to support the same.
Perfect. I am checking on any other question before we wrap up. Let's see, does this tool proactively inform the students what are the highest visa rejections in the past and the responses given by the students? Basically, do's and don'ts. That's exactly what this partner is asking.
I would say it doesn't necessarily work in that particular format. I think the idea is to make that sure that students are engaged and understand the institution more holistically, as opposed to trying to get a tick box exercise done. Because we know that embassies are often changing their parameters and how they assess students. So the idea is to give them all the tools to make sure that they're prepared for that interview and they go away and do some self-reflection on the institution as opposed to us spoon feeding them. Monica,
Yeah.
Neha, I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
I think for InUni Smart, it's more customized because every student has different needs, right? And some may be more fluent, more may have, for example, to practice more about, understanding exactly what institution they want, why the program, you name it. There's many factors on it. And that's why we have several, categories in which the tool is helping you to progress and become better when you're in that moment. So it is not do's and don'ts because that's very robotic, I would say, but it's more customizing where you need the student and you may want to prepare more the student on in the different categories and areas. So I think it's more customized. It's not do's and don'ts list.
No, absolutely. And I think we want the student to start thinking on whatever the follow-up questions look like, because if we tell them what to do and what not, again, it'll be, like Monica said, quite robotic. So the score category is kind of comprising on giving you more clarity of the student getting into the green category or the yellow category or the red category, right? So if they not answer the question well, we automatically know that this is a don't and we need to help the student better. But at the same time, if you see, there is also a detailed feedback that comes in towards the end of the entire interview, which also highlights what are the things that the student has spoken well about and what are the things that the student needs to still work upon. So again, maybe that might answer your question.
Yes, and these tools actually help the student to also keep practicing and understanding their own speech, because we want honest students that come up with, honest answers and also well prepared. So I think this helps them to do the homework, right? Not only the guidance, but also to keep practicing and pushing with a lot of effort and be ready for the moment that they got into the embassy. Let me check if there's any other question there, James, that we want to answer. Maybe one more if there's any. If not, I think we're almost ready to wrap up. And yes, there's no more questions. I just checked. So I think we're ready to start wrapping up, James.
Thank you very much, Monica. And again, I want to thank you, everyone that's joined this session today. Obviously, these are very new tools. We expect you to go away, see them, utilize them, provide feedback. If there's areas you really feel like we could be improving on, please do share that feedback with myself, Neha, Monica, any of the teams that you're working with. We want to make sure these are really strengthening your ability to recruit top quality students for all of the InUni universities. Again, thank you so much. I'd like to thank Monica and Neha for your demos as well. I don't know if you want to provide any wrap-ups before we finish.
Yes, James. So I really hope our partners enjoy the process of learning with these tools. I know technology is here to help, not as we mentioned, to replace, but it's great to have some help sometimes, right? Especially in peak season. And now that we really want to emphasize that as InUni, we hear you, we try to put in action all the suggestions and also to provide you with the tools to do the best recruitment and to keep up the momentum. And right now we want to support you with tools. And of course, with our BDs that are in person, helping you visiting the offices, so you will have both components: the AI and technology component, and also our BD team that is there regionally to support you in person.
Exactly. Once again, thank you so much for joining in and also making it quite interactive. I think my only last few words would be that let's empower students, let's support them as much as we can and give them more clarity on how to succeed, because we're setting everybody up for success, not for failure. So let's utilize as much as all these tools as much as we can. But thank you so much for joining in.
Thank you all. Have a lovely day. Take care.